Thought leaders from the academic space, civil society organizations and government have gathered in Pretoria for the Tshwane University of Technology's Future of Work Dialogue. This is where they're going to be crafting solutions in line with the fourth industrial revolutions in terms of just seeing how the future of South Africa looks like where technology is concerned. This is where we find Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi, who delivered a keynote address just a moment ago, just with this role here in terms of what government actually has in store and the plans of the country in terms of the moving South Africa forward where the future of work and technology is concerned. I'm going to bring him into the conversation now, the Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi, who joins us now, who'll just let us in on the role, government's role here. We know very well that there are policies in line with the future of work. The fourth industrial revolution is here with us, and we're seeing Tshwane University of Technology hosting this dialogue, this two-day dialogue, just to discuss policies and issues, solutions really around the future of work. Let us in really on government's role here today.
Well, we are here as government to talk about collaboration between research and what the various institutions are doing and with the government on how to ensure that we empower our people in terms of course, the changing nature of the workplace, where the issue of technological skills, digital skills are very, very crucial, and indicating that as much as we are dealing with that, we need massive training of our young people so that they are not left behind. The changing nature of the workplace, it's demanding, isn't that we have to retrain, reskill, upskill our people. And what programs can we have together in order to be able to do that? Partnerships, which we need in order to be able to empower our young people. Otherwise, they are going to remain unemployable if they do not have the modern skills. But what we are arguing this is a technical area, it must have a human face, which means it must be human-centered. Make sure that we are dealing with the human beings. That's why we are here. I was, for instance, speaking and indicating to them that they need to have these partnerships with us. We can be able to fund them, but they must not be the training for the sake of training. What is key is that it's training where people can be placed in the jobs, because we're dealing with massive unemployment in the country, and we think that they can be very helpful to come up with models and programs which can help us.
The issue of upskilling, we can never overemphasize the need for upskilling and for people to be brought on board, because most people are seeing technology as a foreign issue that is coming here to take their jobs. Maybe literally let us in and let the nation in on what we can expect going forward with the issue of upskilling, so people can know that technology is not here to take their jobs, but they can actually work where technology is concerned to try by all means to resolve and come up with solutions.
I think what I raised was the issue of migratory trends, people coming into South Africa. It is an international phenomenon, and it's not going to stop. But some of them are bringing very critical skills which the country does not have. And however, we must continue to train our young people. But even the workers who are already there, they need to be upskilled in order to ensure that they are not overtaken by the events, by the technology. It's very, very important. That's why we have our labor activation program. And together with the SETAs, the sector authorities, in order to ensure that we continue to upgrade the workers, because this must be continuous. And if people are not upgrading themselves, or the employers are not upgrading those workers, they might leave them behind and they will remain unemployed. So this is a changing technological world, as long as everybody understands that.
And Minister, finally on my end, if I can indulge you here in terms of what is happening in the public sector. I know very well that government is trying by all means to find each other with the workers on the ground, and the workers, the PSA, for instance, yesterday releasing a statement to say what the minister is saying is really misleading in terms of where we are in those negotiations. Where are we? Are we back at the bargaining council? Is there an agreement that is reached between the workers, the public sector workers and government as we speak right now?
There's no agreement yet with the public service unions. Some unions have accepted the offer which we have given, and some have not accepted that offer. And that offer is what we call the cash allowance, which is equivalent to 4.5%. But we have added 3% into that, which goes into 7.5%. And you add that what is known as the annual progression, which is 2.5%, that easily goes to 9%. And it's up to the unions to take it or not. We will not comment about the strike. The workers do have the right to strike, and as the employer, we will deal with the strike like all the other strikes, and use what is known as the procedures to follow that. But people should know, if they want to go on strike, they will have to follow the procedures which are prescribed by the law. First, and it's what I would call, they need to understand that there are service level agreements which are deciding who can go on strike, who cannot go on strike. And some of them are operating in the essential services. But thus far, a number of unions are not talking about strike. It's only PSA which has been talking about the strike. We have the offer which we have given to them. We are waiting for them to say how do they deal with that offer. But unfortunately, if they do not agree with the offer, and the minister puts his budget in terms of MTPPS, unfortunately, we won't be able to include that money. It would be decided later. We wanted to have this agreement very early so that the minister can talk about those figures. If it doesn't happen, it would be unfortunate. The workers would have disadvantaged themselves.
Minister, thank you very much for your time. Labour and Employment Minister Thulas Nxesi there, just letting us in on government's role here, where the future of work dialogue is concerned. The Tshwane University of Technology has gathered a whole lot of role players, and they'll be thrashing out solutions where the fourth industrial revolution is concerned. And the minister talking there, touching on the public sector wage agreement, saying that there's an offer on the table and time is ticking for those labour unions to really accept this because it must be included in the midterm budget policy statement that will be delivered by the Finance Minister next week. Katlego, Legodi, SABC News, Pretoria.